Hello, Kinder Grizzly families. Thank you for joining me for this video overview of one of the very important literacy assessments that we do in kindergarten. The literacy assessment that we're talking about today is called PALS, and PALS stands for Phonological Awareness Literacy Screening. And this assessment could be done with your child 2 to 3 times a year, depending. We definitely assess all students in the fall and the spring, and then if there are students that we are watching their literacy progress closely, we assess them at mid-year as well. PALS assessment really serves 2 purposes. First and foremost, it helps us to assess students' foundational literacy skills. It's important that we understand where they are in their literacy development so that we know how to target our teaching to meet their needs. It also helps us identify students who are having some reading difficulty. There's also nothing wrong with that. If our students are having difficulty, we understand that getting to them early and giving them the support they need will lead to later reading success for them. And that's what we want for all of our Kinder Grizzlies. What I'm going to do in this video today is just give you an overview of the parts, make sure that you understand the assessment and how it's administered and the experience that your Kinder Grizzly will have. And then your child's teacher will share with you the results for your particular student at parent conferences. We send the PALS summary sheets home with report cards, and so our conferences this year are on October 14th. Our window for testing our Kinder Grizzlies this year is open from September 23rd to October 4th. That's when the testing will be conducted. And so you might hear stories from your child about some experiences that they've had with this type of testing. So really what PALS is that it tests 2 different things. It tests our students' phonological awareness, and then it has some components that look at just literacy skills in general. So some of the tasks that your child is going to be asked to do, I can just kind of flash up here. One thing that they're going to be asked to do is to identify letters. So there's a letter recognition where the child has to go through and say the name of the letters, and they are out of order. And so when you're practicing the alphabet with your child, make sure that you are asking them different letters in a different order, not just A through Z. Especially in that LMNOP range, those tend to blend together. And then also your child will be asked to identify letter sounds using uppercase letters. So the letter identification is with lowercase, the letter sound identification is with uppercase letters, and the student doesn't have to name the uppercase letter, they simply have to produce the sound. One caution there, although it is not incorrect on PALS, make sure that when you're practicing the letter sounds with your child that you are cutting the letter short, that you're making sure not to add an on there. So for example, the letter L is a rolling sound. It is an L, not a la. And F is an air sound, so f, not a fa. So please make sure that you're practicing those carefully, and if you have any questions about what sounds that the letters make, you can feel free to check with your teacher or check with me. We're always happy to pass that information on. So letters and letter sounds is definitely something that we work on and assess in PALS. Another thing that we do is rhyming. We check to see if the students can hear and identify rhyme, and the way that we do that is through pictures. So we name pictures and the students have to identify which picture matches, which 2 pictures match for the rhyme. If the students can, we try to do that assessment in a group setting. So we try to pull 5 to 6 students to a table and do that one all together, naming the pictures and then having them circle in a booklet. If we find that the score wasn't what we thought it could be, we will give the student an opportunity to assess individually, which means one-on-one with the teacher. Most of our students do perfectly fine in the group setting. If we have any doubt, though, we do pull them for that individual opportunity. Another assessment that we do in the small group is with beginning sounds. It also works with pictures and is done on a different day than the rhyming assessment, so the students aren't confused. And it's again just matching one picture to another based on its beginning sound. There is an opportunity there for an individual assessment as well if we feel for any reason that the student wasn't able to perform to their potential in the group. We also have a spelling portion, which in fall of kindergarten can be a little bit tricky as we're still trying to get some of these things under our control. So there is a spelling portion where they'll be asked to spell words. We don't just give them credit for the word being spelled correctly. They're given credit for having certain features represented, and there are multiple options for accuracy when it comes to the vowel sounds as we understand the students are still developing this understanding. And then finally, we also have an assessment that helps us understand how our student is working towards a concept of word, which means that they understand the purpose of text, they understand how text is organized in sentences, they understand words are different from sentences and different from letters. And most importantly, that in that assessment that they are applying their letter sound knowledge. And concept of word is the opportunity for us to see, especially for our students who already have letters and sounds, are they applying them to the word level? And so that assessment is done individually, one-on-one, where a student is asked to read and point to a book, point to the text in a book, and then identify specific words in a given sentence, and then finally read a word list of the words from the text. So that one is done individually, one-on-one. Again, when you come to conferences, your teacher will have a printout of how your child did in each one of these areas. We work to ensure that all of our students meet the passing benchmark in the spring. The passing benchmark simply tells us that they have moved from emergent reading to beginning reading. That's what it tells us, that they are no longer beginning to understand how reading works, that they're actually ready to do reading and engage in reading and have all of the foundational skills required. The PALS assessment comes from the University of Virginia. It has been around for a long time. I think when I spoke to the woman at PALS this week, she mentioned 20 years ago. So it has been around for a long time. It is the program that helps us, again, monitor our Grizzlies, make sure that they have those foundational skills that will be required for future literacy success. Should you have any questions about your child's PALS score that the teacher, that you might forget to ask the teacher, or you didn't have time, and that the teacher has explained, but you want further clarification or further ways to help your child at home, or just want to discuss it more, I'm always available. Again, my name is Jen Raybould, and I'm on the Grafton homepage, and you can email me here at school, you can call me at school. I'm happy to have those conversations with you and answer any questions you may have. I can also provide additional resources if your teacher gives you a specific area of focus and you're just not quite sure how to naturally integrate that into your time at home. I'm happy to help with that as well. We are a very strong and competent school when it comes to our PALS work here. Our kindergarten team is superior, and so they will work diligently to get your child where they need to be this year for sure. And I will send you more information about other assessments that we do and other ways that you can help your child through these video series, so I hope you continue to check them out. Thank you for tuning in today, and have a wonderful fall. I hope to see you around at some of our school festivals. Thanks so much. Bye.